Welcome back. This is David Lee. Thanks very much for joining me. This is the video series, How to Control a House for a $1 Deposit with No Mortgage Needed, Chapter 5, Solving the Unsolvable. Before I move forward, if you're watching this video on social media, for example, YouTube or Facebook, I do have a Facebook group. This will be the last that's available publicly. If you want to know the rest that happens in the various episodes coming up, for example, we're going to be talking about how to buy, the way that we buy, how to sell, how to talk to people, how to create an arrangement with your sellers that works for them, works for you, and creates positive cash flow. We'll also be talking about the 4 types of discount, not just the cash discount up front, other ones that can be more profitable, and the various strategies, not just lease options, like if you're in the UK, that's what you've been conditioned to think. Other ways of doing things, I can just think off the top of my head, the 10-10 strategy. It's a big discount. It will give you much more savings over the long term and will be able, specifically for a certain type of seller that's looking for a cash flow income, perhaps in their retirement. Did you know about that one? You should sign up and you'll find all about that. Okay, let's talk about solving the unsolvable. Now, what's going to happen? Just like in 2008, I prepared this series for you. I've given you an understanding of why we're doing this now. The financial markets are in chaos. It is a forewarning, just like in 2008, how I developed over a period of 6 years in preparation for the market that goes up and then goes down. Because what goes up must come down, and I hope you realize that by now. And there are warning signals out there. The reality is, just like last time, most people will do nothing. They will not get prepared, they will not think about it, they will just continue doing what they've always done because they're in their comfort zone and they don't like to do anything new or different. Or people are lazy by default, so we just keep following the same formula, except it's only when it's too late. And I've seen the hardship as a result, how people have lost everything in some cases, because you have to be able to adapt your strategies according to the markets. And if you can anticipate the markets, it means that you're prepared for whatever happens. Now, that one bit of advice I gave you is have enough cash flow coming in, just like on the Monopoly table, so that you can hold on to your capital growth portfolio. Otherwise, it all comes tumbling down. So what else? People will not heed this advice, so in such times, we're going to have these 2 types of problems. They will be very pertinent that you've got to watch out for. And you can profit from these because you have the added knowledge that most others won't have. It's going to be the negative gearing, like in Australia, or you could be calling it negative cash flow. People don't have enough. Their tenants have run out or not paying. They've got negative cash flow. The values have come down and they won't know what to do. The other one's going to be, and they come in combination quite often, is going to be upside down loans. And that's where the debt is greater than the market value of the property. The agent can't help you, Mr. Seller, in that situation. But you can, with the added knowledge gained from this course, know what to do. You will have the theory understood so that you can start making these suggestions. Mr. Seller, what if we do this? What if we could do this with that? They're going to be very negotiable. You're going to find people will be very open-minded when shit hits the fan, because they will do anything to get rid of their problem, and you've got solutions that most other people do not have. And we know that an outright sale will not work. In most cases, it will not work. So what you're going to be doing is, it's always in a buyer's market, if you can make it easy to buy for people, there's always buyers. If you can make it easy for them to buy, it's easy for you to sell. There's always buyers out there, no matter if the market's up or down, and it could be during those moments, do you really want to get yourself into greater debt when the economy is very unstable financially? No, this is where you do how to buy a house, or how to control a house for a $1 deposit with no mortgage needed in your name. There's already a mortgage on that property. You're just going to transact between the seller and the buyer. So, as I've told you earlier, this will not be, in this situation, just at any given moment. One sale goes through. This will be over flexibility in the time frame that you negotiate with the seller and with the buyer, with the seller and the buyer, between the both parties, to resolve the problem. So it's going to be a long-term on-sell. You could even ask the seller, we're going to get the house fixed up, we're going to get somebody in to fix up, improve the value above and beyond what the debt is, and get some buyers coming in. Maybe they can purchase outright after that, but you're going to need time. But otherwise, like my Polish buyers, they went in, did fix up to the house, and then kept fixing up the house while they were living in it, and they either completed the purchase with a mortgage or they unsold it. You can be getting builders in who want to flip properties. You take a profit out of it, they take a profit out of it, and you just oversee the transaction, and the seller eventually sells, moves on, and the sale's completed. You could do that where you're just flipping properties, for example, but you get in the builders, get the work done, and give them a good profit. You take something, they're doing the work, you're doing nothing but overseeing. Does that make sense? And you're going to be negotiating, quite often you might be negotiating with the lender. So that's what's involved. When you're speaking to the lender, you're trying to improve the terms that you say that you're helping out. You're working with somebody, it could be a friend or a business associate, that you're trying to get them out of their difficulties so that they can get their money, or also negotiate different terms on the loan so that you can get a better agreement so that you can on-sell it in a better way. Everybody profits. So that's basically solving the unsolvable. But get yourself signed up, learning.webuyhouses.global. If you're not watching from inside the platform, and keep up to date with the remainder in the series. This is David Lee. Thank you for joining me so far.